Hey everyone, so I want to continue talking about faith and the word translated below abidance in the Devar translation. So below abidance here is from hupomene 5281. And the hupo part of the word here is the preposition that governs that which is under the authority. Below, underneath. Subjection, subordination. And the word it's from meno, which means to abide. So this is why the Devar translates the word hupomene, as below abidance. It's the governing factor of our expectation as we await the finishing of our faith. And we abide below, under that which is imposed upon us in the testing and trials of our faith. So we see the relationship of faithing to below abidance in many verses. Again, 2 Thessalonians 1:4, that we ourselves boast and do to you in the outcalled of God for your below abidance and faithing in all your persecutions. So part of below abiding in the faithing is enduring persecutions and afflictions which you bear. Not retaliate, but bear. So that would be a work of the faithing. And the tiring of love. Not returning evil for evil. 1 Timothy 6:11. O human of God, flee these things, but pursue righteousness, faithing, love, all fruits of the Spirit. Below abidance, suffering meekness. Again, suffering. 2 Timothy 3:10. But you follow immediately my teaching, the leading, the purpose, the faithing, the farness from grimming, the love, the below abidance, the persecutions, the suffering. Titus 2:2. The aged ones are to be sober, dignified, reasonable, being healthy in the faithing, in love, in below abidance. James 1:3, knowing that your provedness of the faithing, proving your faithing, down works below abidance. Which now brings us to the interpretation part of the parable of the sowing one, where the seed is the word of God that gets sown in the heart. But that which is the ideal earthland, these are those who any in the ideal and good heart, as hearing ones, down have the word and carry fruit in below abidance. So the below abidance and the carrying fruit in the ideal, etc., always points to faith. Wrestle the ideal, wrestle of the faithing. 1 Timothy 6:12. 2 Timothy 4:7. The ideal wrestle I have wrestled, the course I have finished. So Paul's now finishing his faithing. The faithing I have guarded. Hence, again, that which is the ideal earthland, these are those who in an ideal and good heart are hearing ones, hearing the word, the seed that gets sown in the heart, down having the word and carrying fruit in below abidance. We're in conjunction with what Paul calls the fruit of work. Philippians 1:22 is for your progress and your joy of faithing. So faithing has to be progressive and grow into a finishing. Again, Luke 8:15. This is the ideal earthland. Where now, if we back up, but these beside the way are the hearing ones, they're hearing the word is sown. Thereafter comes the diabolos and lifts away the word from their hearts, lest that they are faithing, they may be saved. So the seed that's lifted away is not being saved. But those having fallen on the rock, these are who, where as it were, they hear the word of God, receive it with joy, but these have no root. They who faith for one term, limited time, and in the term of temptation, stand off. Ephistemi, which is the verb form of the noun apostasy. So they stand off from the faithing, lest they may be saved, in that they are faithing. Apostasy, or standing off from faith, is the seed that's lifted, or it has no root here. That Christ downdwells through faithing in your hearts as ones having been rooted and having been founded in love. Fruit of the Spirit. Again, as ones having been rooted and being well-built in him and having confirmed in the faithing, according so as you were taught, as ones abounding in thanksgiving. Colossians 2:7, where previously was Ephesians 3:17. Rooted faithing, where here, fallen on the rock has no root. They faith for one term and then stand off from it. Where then here, that having fallen into the thorns, these are those hearing again, and in that they are going forth, being moved under the authority, hupo, worries, riches, and the relishes of maintaining their subsistence, they become suffocated and bring it not to finishing. The finishing of the faith is what Jesus is talking about. Fetching yourselves the finishing of your faith, the safeguarding of souls. Remember, below abidance and faithing concerns suffering, wrestling, ideal wrestle, ideal seed, etc. Again, below abidance, persecutions, etc. Sufferings, persecution. Hence, Matthew 10:22. And you will be ones being hated under the authority by all, hupo, because of my name, but the one below abiding into finishing, this one will be saved. The context of the below abiding always concerns faith, the fruit, the ideal fruit carrying, the fruit of the Spirit, love, faithing, expectation, all those things. The point being is that faith involves abiding, below abiding. Here's the concept's explanation. To abide under that which is imposed upon one by constantly lowering oneself under the hand of God.